Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call finds all present except Kevin Huber and Marcia Fronick. And we will start with the administrative report. Anna Hoy, marketing.
Hi.
Hello, Anna.
Okay, so I was told to keep it short and sweet, so I'll only stick to 6 pages. So marketing and communications, it covers obviously a lot. Not sure where you want me to start, so we'll start at the top. Digitally, TCU is doing very well. We have the new website. It's been getting good reviews, very easy to use, and the training with the office administration to learn how to use it, post their items, different things have been going very well. We still have a few hiccups, but that's a growing pains. It happens. The consolidating all of our social media platforms has been fabulous, and going down to one page for Facebook, for instance, has just been amazing. The response and the conversation and the use has just been very surprising, I guess. Lots of conversations, lots of use, so that's a really good thing. I'm glad we did that. What else is going on? Branding. So we implemented the new logo to update the look, color, and all that stuff last year. And so this year we've been really implementing that throughout the district. It's a very thoughtful process because it's not a cheap process either to rebrand and redo everything that has our stars and swooshes to the bright blue and gray fist. And so as we're going forward, we're making these changes with the literature. The digital items are very easy to do, so that's a nice thing to, and that's going forward. And we're incorporating the STEAM items with that too. And with the STEAM, we are doing building branding. So we have 4 by 8 foot signs that we're doing. There'll be 5 signs on all 3 of the community elementaries. And those are in process, so we'll have those done, and those will be up on the sides of the building. They'll be big, bright, and beautiful. So you'll be able to see them from the side of the road, and if you miss them, then you're driving too fast. Very simple. Let's see what else. Parades. Who doesn't love parades and community involvement? I will share sign-up links with everybody, so you can come out, get decked up in holiday wear, and enjoy the festivities with us. We have one in Montgomery coming up, and La Center, so one on the November 25th and one on the 30th. We actually were lucky enough to have a group of students at the MKA building who are helping plan, incorporate decorations, and they're actually doing some of the work. So I meet with them today. I met with them. I'll meet with them tomorrow, and I think Thursday for one of their classes, and then we sit and we decorate, Christmas plan, all that stuff for the holiday parades. So that's really nice to have a little bit more buy-in from the classrooms and different things. And sorry, I'm kind of all over. That's it. That sounds it. That's not really it, but it's pretty great. Like I said, every day I'm in a different building, being visible, being seen, taking pictures, talking with everybody, finding out what's going on in the buildings, and then sharing that out. All the communities want to know what we're doing every day. And so we try to focus on something from every building. I can't be everywhere at once, and I try to communicate with all of the building leadership to say, hey, if you have something great, share it with me. I will try to be there. Some days I get pulled in every which direction. It's rough being so popular, but it happens, you know. But it is. It's very good. The school administration there are good about sharing the information, taking pictures when I can't be there, and then communicating them out to the public. So it is. It's been really good. You can definitely feel the difference. I've heard lots of good feedback about, like I said, the websites, the social media, and just the different programs and different things that we're implementing. So it's a good thing.
What's been the most challenging aspects of your position so far?
Time. Definitely time. The being able to know what's going on and getting the communication sometimes is pulling teeth. And then when I do get it, it might be after the fact. So I might be, you know, a hair late or something like that. And so it's difficult having enough hands, having enough time in the day to attend everything. That's the biggest thing. But for the most part, it's just learning the schedule. You know, I mean, we have a full year, you know, getting a full year down will help. You know, and then you get to the routine and you know kind of what's coming up. That's the thing. We don't communicate the calendar within each of the buildings enough to each other. I mean, when I say calendar, not necessarily a school calendar, but individual events within the buildings and cool things that a teacher might have going on in their classroom. So they're getting better. The more often I'm there, people are, you know, they're recognizing me. I was down in the center and some little girl stops me and she goes, "Cheese," and you know, because she knew I used to take pictures. So that was kind of fun. And but yeah, that was the biggest hurdle, I think, is getting my timing down and being able to deliver the messaging as quick as I can. So
Nice.
yeah.
I like
Any
this.
other questions?
Social media sites are good. Veterans Day, you could see every veterans program that happened in each building. That was really cool to see. Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoy it. That was a day.
Yeah.
So it was pretty great.
Awesome. Any questions for Anna?
Thanks for what you
Thank
do,
you,
Anna.
Thanks. It's
Yep.
a lot of fun.
Thanks, Anna.
You bet.
All right, I will seek a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion by Josh Belkey and a second by Cindy Fleechek to approve the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, consent agenda. We have the approval of minutes for the October 9th, 2023 board meeting. Personnel, we have employment ending. Justine Tomlinson, special ed teacher. Patrick Grog, junior high football. Amanda Slottick, C-Squad volleyball. Diane Teedy, tennis coach. Phil Campbell, football coach. Jose Velasquez, custodian maintenance. Bree Robinson, softball coach. Denise Halloran, assistant cook. New hires, Richard Coates, custodian maintenance. Jared Novotny, custodian maintenance. Patricia Reyes Aguiar, custodian maintenance. Sarah Risto, Kid Zone. Anna Hoy, yearbook advisor. Maria Ruiz Mendez, paraprofessional. Jared Van Dorp, boys basketball C-Squad coach. Sean Timmerman, wrestling head coach. Trevor Hone, wrestling assistant coach. Nate Frederick, wrestling volunteer coach. Greg Westerman, baseball volunteer coach. And Rafael Lopez Ruiz, weightlifting coach. Leave of absence, we have Tanya Bomer, Lee Center, Ruth Trotner, Lonsdale, Sarah Costello, high school, middle school band. Jennifer Gertis, Lee Center, Rachel Folds, Lee Center, Corey Beisel, Lonsdale, and Nancy Friedrich, paraprofessional. Sally O'Brien, Montgomery. Stacy Sapleka, community ed. Jamie Bruns, leave extension letter of agreement. Teaching and learning stipends. And then we have policies, first and final reading. 413, harassment and violence. 416, drug and alcohol testing. 506, student discipline. 507, corporal punishment and prone restraint. 515, protection and privacy of pupil records. 620 credit for learning, and approval of bills in the amount of $1,264,465.58. And then the finance report, and I will seek a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, second.
We have a motion by Hillary Birdsell and a second by Cindy Fleetcheck. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Open forum,
4-0.
Abstained.
or I'm sorry, 4-0 and 1 abstention. Okay. Open forum? Nothing? Okay. We have a couple new board members here, student board members. I'll let Kevin introduce them.
Yeah, so as you remember, last year we talked about, quite a long time ago, we've had student board members sit on our board, and I brought it back up to bring that back into fruition, and you all graciously agreed and approved to have our students back in to bring the voice of our buildings and our leadership to this meeting. Obviously, we run the school district based on what the students not always want and need, but what the students want and need, and we need to listen to them more as we continue to grow not only our leadership teams, but our teacher teams and our communities. So tonight we have, hopefully I don't kill your names, Callan Krautkramer and Nisa Anderson. Did I do good?
Yeah.
Yes. I won't say any more about them. I'll let them introduce themselves. You guys can share how you stand on the National, not National Honor Society, the Student Council. Went backwards on that one. So we'll let you share a little bit about you, and then you can get us rolling a little bit as far as where things are at in school. Hillary, you might want to chime in with them because they're going to talk a little bit about the conference that you guys went to as well. So the floor is your guys'.
So as well as student school board members, we are student council officers. I'm the secretary and Nisa's the vice president, and then we have two others, Alice Schroeder and Jules Rotter. We kind of just had this opportunity, like, was told to us, and we were not opposed, obviously, because we're here. And we got to go to a development day.
Let's back up real quick. I'm going to interrupt. So just so we all get to know you,
Yes.
I don't know if you said what grades you're in, but tell us a little bit about what you're involved in outside of student council, and then you can go to that.
I'm a senior. I am the cross-country manager and track manager, and then I'm also in NHS student council, and I'm a class officer as well. I'm the class secretary.
And potential future plans?
I'm attending University of Minnesota Duluth for business management.
Cool.
I'm the vice president for student council. I'm also in NHS, volleyball. I'm on the dance team, the golf team, and that's it, I think. And I don't have any future plans because I'm only a junior.
Thank you.
And then we have somewhere in there.
This one. Okay, so we went to a development day to kind of figure out what we were going to be doing as student school board members. And it was at Shakopee High School. And they kind of, the first thing we did is they took us on a tour of the high school and kind of what ideas they implement at their school. And it was really interesting to see how big it is compared to our school. And then we had a speaker talk to us about what he does in their community and stuff like that. And then we kind of talked with each other about like what worked for certain school board members from other schools and what didn't, because we are new to this. We don't exactly know exactly what we're doing and exactly what's going to work. So we got a lot of ideas from other schools as well, which was really cool. And now we have a ton of ideas that we can start putting to work and figuring out that really include our students and their opinions on what's working and what's maybe could use some improvement in activities, classrooms, outside of class, stuff like that. Do you want to talk about
The development day?
or anything, ideas we have.
A lot of the ideas that they are implementing, they're only on the student school board, but we're gonna bring it from student school board and student council to like bring together so our whole student council group can work those into the school, because we'll have more voices then. And then we'll bring it to these meetings. I don't know what else about that day. Do you have anything about
Do
that
you
day?
want to chime in a little
Sure, I
bit?
can. We had a conversation on how to have difficult conversations. So that was one of the topics we talked about. They had Shakopee High School had 2 of their own student school board members there. And one was kind of training in the other, if you want to call it that. We came up with a lot of ideas, and we have a lot of things that we'd like to go forward with. They're going to kind of be the voice for us, so they need to know like the background between Montgomery Lonsdale and then Lee Center and coming together. They also are going to bring ideas from the students here at TCU to the board. They gave some examples of how the students' school board in Shakopee brought different things to the school board that the school board was not aware of. And then they really want to, well, they got themselves an Instagram account, yes, which is part of student council, so that they can post things and they can ask questions and see feedback from the students. They're also going to make signs, and they're going to reach out to potentially student reps or leaders from different sports and activity groups. Anything else, ladies?
No.
I think that's our next plan of action, is to reach out to different leaders of groups and activities and sports here, and just kind of get with them and see how everything's been going. What season are we gonna start with?
We're gonna just do fall for now because they're done with their season. We're gonna send out like a Google form or something to the seniors specifically in those groups and activities and sports and stuff, so they can give us feedback on how their season went, not just their stats of their season, like how good they did, but their practices and stuff.
Awesome. Thank you guys for being here and putting the time in. Appreciate it.
Well, I'll share real quick too. So as they learn, and then as you're on your way out, eventually, then you'll start training, like Hillary said, then
Yep.
you'll start training some people. And like we spoke about when I met with them is that all of our KA principals all send out weekly newsletters and so on and so forth. So I'll make sure that they get those as well, because we want them to also do a little bit of speaking from maybe some of the elementary transitional things as well, along with the high school. So as they get their feet wet and they learn a little bit more as to what they want to do and how they want to do it, we'll slowly but surely get them more involved with the entire district. So we'll keep exploring that as we go. But we're welcome, and we're glad to have you guys. And so what they'll be doing is they'll rotate. So I'm not sure who's going to come back next week. Or not next week, next month, sorry.
I'm not sure.
We'll have to discuss it.
So basically what it is one of them will stay and then another one will join them, so they'll just kind of rotate in and out. So there'll be like 2 in a row for the most part, and then rotate. I did ask the seniors to do a few extra than the junior and the sophomore, just because they'll be done pretty quick as December comes up. So they have a few months left. So they'll decide on that, and they'll be the full leadership team, and then report to student council, and then bring back to the board. So should be really exciting. So thank you for stepping up and wanting to do this.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, ladies.
All right. Informational items, South Central Services Cooperative.
Yep. Dale Buss, who used to be on the board, still represents us and attends the South Central Services Cooperative as one of the board members there. So I'm just going to read his notes and report. So what they were listening to was an audit report was given, and it was a clean report for both the Center for Interactive Learning and Collaboration in the South Central Services Cooperative. So I'm guessing numbers probably were very similar as I look through here from years past, so nothing really changed. That's usually when you have a good audit report. Wendell Sand reported on the Self-insured program, planning on having programs available in July of 2024. So they'll be looking at doing some self-insurance programs. I know that's starting to potentially be a little bit more common, especially since insurance rates have been going up for schools and districts and cooperatives as well. So they'll start looking more in are joining the insurance pool. School districts have been having a few conversations about that too, because obviously the larger the pool is, the more you can spread things out when some more serious and significant things happen. Keeps insurance rates down. So they're also looking at joining some other cooperatives. Knowledgeable is now for grades 4 through 5. So the cooperatives now is funding and helping out with the Knowledgeable for grades 4 through 5. So I think that's really exciting, because if we can get them to be comfortable and share their knowledge, no pun intended, in front of people, then it gets easier when they get in high school. Sometimes when you're in high school and you have to be that person to be in front of people and display what you know is not easy. So that's pretty exciting. National Geography B coming back from where it's at JWP, so it's actually coming back, I believe, to the South Central Service Cooperative. Their next meeting will be on January 3rd, and if there's any questions, Dale said that we can always reach out to them. So, and I have the reports if anybody wants to read those.
Thanks, Kevin. Let's see, MSBA Leadership Conference, January 11th through 12th, 2024. You want me to talk through that?
Yeah, why don't you?
Every year there's MSBA puts on a leadership conference. A lot of different vendors, groups come to this event to kind of showcase what they can do for schools. And we're invited every year as school board members, and I believe the majority of us will be attending again here in January. Just as a board, if you haven't let Brenda know if you're going, just let her know as soon as you can. So, enrollment update.
Very good. So enrollment from beginning of the school year till now, we are down 12 students. So just kind of digging in, diving into that. The elementary levels, we're down 1, and 5th and 6th grade, we're down 1. 7th and 8th grade, no, I'm sorry, high school, we're down 4. And then we are up a few in the Southwest Metro Virtual. We've actually had a few students that are shifting there. They don't really count towards those numbers, but they do count towards some of our data that we do have. We've had some students move out. We've had a few students, for a few discipline reasons, also have left. But we are down primarily, Brendan, correct me if I'm wrong, for people that really have left the district. So other than that, we're staying pretty consistent, except for people moving out of district.
Thank you. Committee update. Josh?
Yeah, met last month. I don't remember what date exactly, but discussed quite a few things as we usually do. Specifically talked about facility updates, specifically regarding the parking lots. We've been talking a lot about that, as well as the tennis courts and the center. Obviously, those are some concerning areas that we need to be addressing, but obviously we're discussing the costs associated with those. One of the things we also focused on was the community engagement report that we received earlier this year, from a standpoint of just keeping everyone updated as far as what progress we're making on that. We have started some of the initiatives such as STEAM, school branding, and things like flexible office furniture, which we have obtained. Other projects that were recommended by that committee are going to require some longer term plannings. So we're looking at that, how that may look into the long-term future of TCU. The committee, we approved the purchase of the field painter, so some of you may be aware that we were had a demo of a field painter this past year on the football field. You probably noticed the paint on there. Pretty cool machine. We approved that. It will have a 4-year payback, which means it will pay for itself over the next 4 years. It's also warranted for 10. So we feel it's going to add a lot of value to the district as far as what it's able to do. The additional benefit is that it's going to reduce the staff time required for fall and spring field painting, so that'll again have some cost benefit in the long run. We briefly started discussing some unoccupied lots that the district owns, so just kind of looking at long-term planning for that, discuss a few options. but just kind of putting that on the table for ongoing discussion going forward, as well as we're kind of in a regular state of reviewing the district staff. So that's finance.
Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.
Facilities Committee, Trevor?
Sure. Parking lots and tennis courts. We're kind of beating it to the ground, but we need to figure out what we're doing there. That was our main focus on Friday morning?
Yeah.
Early Friday morning for me. But yeah, obviously we need to make a decision here in the next 45, 60 days of where we're going. Mostly parking lots that will lead into tennis courts.
I think we made some good steps Friday, really understanding what we need to have done. Now it's just a matter of finding out costs, getting the right bids in. So, did you have a community ed facility?
Yes, we had a community ed meeting on Monday the 30th. We basically just talked about the winter spring catalog coming out. We talked about the community partnerships that they have been making in Lee Center with Younger Gunworks, which is the laser sign company. They are still short staffing for Kid Zone. And then our biggest discussion item was preschool structure for next year, and 4-day, 5-day, what age, the wraparound, what is age appropriate to get them ready for kindergarten, and then how do we keep those ECFE kids in district and not going to a different community or school district for their education. So we are still working, but that was the basis of it.
Thanks, Hillary.
Yep.
New business donations.
Yes, be it resolved that the school board of Independent School District number 2905 accept with appreciation the following gifts, donations, and permit their use as designated by the donors. That includes a VFW Post 5340 and auxiliary gift cards for blood drive at $100. Bezic Interiors 12x12 carpet squares for robotics competition ring. Redeem Your ELCA Women, the center student supplies valued at $100.
I'll second that.
We had a resolution introduced by Josh Belke and seconded by Trevor Hone for donations. This is a roll call vote. Trevor?
Yep.
Chris is a yes. Josh?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hillary?
Yes.
Roll call vote. Resolution passes 5-0. Next for new business, we have combined polling place resolution.
Okay. Resolution establishing combined polling places for multiple precincts and designating hours during which the polling places will remain open for voting for school district elections not held on the day of a statewide election.
Need a second?
Second.
Resolution was introduced by Josh Belke and seconded by Trevor Hone for combined polling places resolution. This is a roll call vote. Trevor?
Yep.
Chris is a yes. Josh?
Yes.
Yes.
Cindy, yes. Hillary?
Yes.
Roll call vote passes 5-0. Business, we have the contract for snow removal for 2023-24 and 24-25.
Do you need to go over this or not? I'll make a motion.
I'll second. Oh.
Nope, you got it.
Motion by Trevor Hone and seconded by Cindy Fleechek for snow removal for 2023-24 and 24-25 contract. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Next up is contract for lawn services for 2024 and 2025.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Cindy Fleechek and a second by Josh Belke to approve lawn services for 2024, 2025. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
You want to just mention they were both with Common Grounds?
Yes. Both of those contracts were with Common Grounds, who is currently doing our lawn and snow services. So,
Thanks, Chris.
yep. We have another resolution on here for Minnesota State High School League Form A.
Be resolved that the governing board of Tri-City United School District, ISD number 2905, supports the school's application to the Minnesota State High School League Foundation for a Form 8 grant to offset student activity fees.
Need a second?
I will.
Resolution was introduced by Josh Belke and seconded by Hillary Birdsell for Minnesota State High School League Form A, and this is a roll call vote. Trevor?
Yes.
Chris is a yes. Josh?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Hillary?
Yes.
Roll call vote passes 5-0. Next for new business, additional volleyball position.
This is the LinkedIn open for
Yeah,
us.
I know that.
As like it's not
Oh.
open for you.
I can just share real quick though.
Okay.
So joining the new conference, the way they have it set up, got a 747 flying in here, that they are separated out more into C squad, B squad, JV varsities. So we need an additional coach to be able to support another site to have volleyball being monitored. So we just need the addition of another coach to be able to have different formats at different sites versus our current conference where we don't have that in place. So we'll have JV, or not JV, but C squad, B squad, whatever will be playing at a different site versus JV and varsity, and they're going to start at the same time. So we need another coach to be able to monitor all of that.
Seek a motion.
Oh, I'll make a motion, sorry.
I'll second it.
You don't get to vote.
Got a motion by Josh Belke and a second by Trevor Hone for an additional volleyball position. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion passes 5-0. Next, we have a private transportation contract. This is no access, but this is pretty standard when we have a student that lives within the district attending a school outside of the district. We have to pay the mileage to and from, or just to the
From our
line?
To and from.
It's from their residence to the district line.
See if you can open it
And
now.
then, yeah, so it's two-way, but depending where they are in the district as to how much.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Trevor Hone and a second by Cindy Fleechek to approve the private transportation contract with Melissa Meyer Gomez for the 2023-2024 school year. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, next we have declare school district items as surplus.
Yep, so as we've been really speaking over a year about doing an auction with the surplus items that we have in our district. First of all, they'll have to be, not the items themselves, but we'll have to have it published for 2 weeks in the paper before we can actually auction them off. So once, if it's approved tonight, then I will call Graphy Auctions to start the process of come out, take the pictures, and let them start dictating when and how we're going to do the auction. That's their job, not mine. And then we'll start getting that ready to go, hopefully by beginning of December. I don't know what their time frame is though, so I'll have to call them tomorrow and check on that. So the items that you see on there have all been centrally located except for the 3 storage sheds to the old bus garage outside of TCU Montgomery. And Grant and Jav organized all of that. So when they do come out to do the auction pieces and people can look at it, it's very well set up right now. So through that process, they were able to look at things that we could use for scrap and so on, got rid of that, and has that building right now just set for auction materials. So everything has been brought over there, like I said, except for the 3 sheds. So we're pretty much ready to go with the auction itself.
Seek a motion.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Cindy Fleechek and a second by Hillary Birdsell to declare the attached list of items as surplus to sell at auction. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Next, we have a continuation of the administrative report for food service. Have Amy Sauter here and a special guest, Star.
Well, good evening, everybody. I would like to introduce our school chef as he comes around the corner. This is Chris Murray. He's been our school chef here at TCU for the last 10 years, since 2013. On top of being our school chef, he's also a regional chef for our company, but his region has now moved across the U.S. because as our company expands, Chris goes everywhere with them. On top of being a regional chef, he's also a member of the Chef's Council for Taher. In the spring, they travel around the world, and one of the dishes that he created for you to try today came from their trip to Taiwan last year, or was it this spring?
Came back in April.
Okay, they came back in April. Chris is going to have you try his cuisine that he made, and then he will be coming back at the end of January to work with all of our students in every one of our buildings. He'll be here for 4 days. So then our kids will be able to try the same thing for lunch. And then he'll work with our FACS teacher, and the high school kids will help him prepare the meal. And then in the elementary schools, we work with the building principal, and they kind of let us find a teacher or a grade that's interested in it, and then they come and help Chris in the kitchen and help prepare this meal for the kids for lunch that day also.
So before we let Chris talk, what's
yes,
a few things in your world happening around the district?
Oh boy, we have a lot of things going on. We have a couple openings. We have another opening that posted this evening. We're still trying to hire. The pool of candidates out there are kind of hard right now, but what's been nice for us is we do have a student worker that's working for us. He started last year, Mr. Bobby Moeller. He worked for us for the summer program, so we had our free summer meals. He helped out in the Montgomery building. He came back this fall and has continued to work for us. He works for us before school, and he works for us during 5th hour, so he's one of our dishwashers, which has been really nice for the high school. And he's been getting some really good experience because he also worked at Subway. So he makes our sub sandwiches for lunch, which is kind of cool. There's like some pride that comes in when he comes through. He already knows what the food is for the day, and he tells all his friends. He's always the first one through in lunch A. On top of that, just working with Chris, we're very excited to have him come out. So we're looking forward to that because of not only working with our students, he'll be working with our staff to just kind of train them in on a different kind of cuisine. What else is new for us?
Will you share with me that the different things that you do at the high school?
Yes, we do some different things at the high school. We do some more offerings, and then we do use the concession stand, and we have a lady in there that works, and we're open all 3 lunch shifts. On top of that, she is also offering 3 other items that the kids can pick, so they don't have to go to lunch A or B or side A or B. They can come over to the concession stand and pick another meal from there. That way they don't have to wait. So that's been kind of nice. We did get a new oven. At the beginning of the school year. It's a combi oven, so obviously it's kind of close to what you guys have seen as an air fryer. It steams, it bakes, it roasts. It's got a smoker attachment, so as soon as we have somebody coming out to teach us how to do that, but as soon as we get that, we'll be smoking our meats. We're going to smoke mac and cheese, do some smoked toppings for your hamburger bars, so we're pretty pumped about that. That one we're kind of excited about. So we'd like to give the kids some new opportunities to try some different food. So, any questions on food service?
Are you guys experiencing any logistics and supply chain challenges still that are impacting?
We've been tracking that since COVID.
Yeah.
The supply chain problems are being less and less every week.
Okay.
We're getting about a 97% fill right now. Through COVID, it was closer to 75%. But as corporate tracks everything, we're getting a pretty good fill. There were milk issues a couple months ago, but that never really hit us too hard.
And the only other issue that we're seeing is with produce right now, with all the different weather in the south.
Quality
it's freezing.
Yeah.
We're just not getting it, and the prices are so high, it's not worth bringing it in because it wouldn't be the quality that we'd want to serve the kids. So just kind of dealing with that.
Yeah. Any other questions? No.
All right, I'm going to give it up to Chris, and he's going to give you a taste of Taiwan here tonight.
Right, well, my name is Chris Murray. I'm a corporate chef for Taher. Part of my job, I'm blessed. I get to travel around the world and eat food. So I come back.
Are there openings? No, I'm just kidding.
You apply, I'll get you.
Don't apply.
No.
So we just came back from Taiwan in April. We were in the Philippines and we were in Taiwan. We don't go into restaurants, we look for street food. For instance, like in Vietnam when we were in Hanoi, it's a very, very hot city, very hot country. It's a nocturnal. They're all awake at night, they sleep during the day. So we're walking through the alleys of every country we're in, finding markets, finding local mom and pop places that we don't go to the corporate restaurants, we don't go to the big chains. And then we come back, and my job and after that is to duplicate some of the recipes of the food we ate and come back and work with the FACS classes and the FFA classes and teach them how to make it. And then usually what will happen is I'll take a 3-day process, and those classes will help me make the lunch. And then on day 3, they'll come in and help me serve it to their friends. It's really cool because you get to see the pride in the kids and all their friends getting in line and everything. It's really pretty cool to me. That's one of my favorite parts of my job, seeing the smiles. It's really exciting. So today, these are my Taiwanese pork lollipops. The top is a cilantro lime chili glaze. Unless, of course, you choose to eat one of the Fresno chilies. And you'll get a little bit of a heat. In the middle of the pan, you'll see the Taipei braised cabbage. It's got a touch of soy, some fresh cilantro on there. It's a really good addition. Fresh baked M&M cookies. I got some strawberries and Reese's on there. I thought it looked pretty cool. Now I'll introduce you all to Hulong here. In Taiwan, the dragon is a symbol of the people. So when as you see, when we go to these countries, we don't just study food, we study the culture. We come back and the culture is taught in the classes that we're working with. So the dragon in Taiwan represents the people, the health, the wealth, prosperity, all the good things. So in the culture of Taiwan, they say it's good luck to touch your nose with a fire dragon, the Taiwanese fire dragon. So I encourage you guys as you come through, touch your nose. You know, it works. I've got Pipestone High School did not win a football game all year long until they touched that nose, and I've got Friday night they won their game. True story. So you guys all want to come up and try the pork lollipops, the yellow sticky rice here. We got your beautiful bright cookies here. Touch your nose and have some fun. Any questions at all about what we do as far as the food goes? We do like from scratch. When I make these recipes, everything's from scratch. This is on step 2 of about a 5-step process to make this NSLP qualified. But I will get it there.
So like how long are you there, like in Taiwan, how long were you there?
Our trips were usually about 10 days long.
10 days, okay.
Yep.
Is that kind of average for where you go?
I'm sorry?
Is it the average 10 days?
Yeah, I think that the shortest trip I've taken is 7 days, and that was in Mexico City.
Okay.
We were there for Dia de los Muertos. It was pretty cool. Everybody always says, what's your favorite country? I very much enjoyed Hanoi. I enjoyed Morocco. And believe it or not, I had a great time in the Czech Republic. It was really pretty cool. So,
Jealous. Great job.
I'm jealous.
Traveling.
All right.
And then my other question is, what's your favorite meal? I'm not gonna lie, my answer is always the one someone else cooks.
I like that.
So, I invite you to come on up and give this a try.
Chris is going to adjourn the meeting.
Yeah, before we do that, I'll seek a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Motion by Cindy Fleechek, second by Hillary Birdsell to adjourn the meeting at 6:44 p.m. All those in favor? Say
Aye.
All those opposed? Meeting adjourned.
I tried.